Warning: the Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. Yo, what's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? This wasn't planned. This video was not planned. Not that many of my videos are. But this is an oddity in itself. I came across this ad, well, of course, searching for Atari products. And at first I dismissed it. And then I said, you know what? This is a pretty interesting situation. And I'm curious as to what you folks would do with this ad. So let's paint the picture here. You're looking for a Coleco Gemini. Let's just say you're specifically going for one of these systems. We'll talk about what it is here in a minute if you're unfamiliar with it. And you come across this ad. I want to know, are you making an offer? Are you going to try to buy it outright? Are you going to skip it altogether? Are you going to try to split the bundle up? Where are you going with this? How desperate are you to get a Coleco Gemini into your collection? Because it is a fun item to have in your collection. But we'll talk about it individually. We will examine this ad, and then I will break down exactly how I would approach this ad. Unfortunately, I'm just now noticing that the seller has turned on vacation mode, so regardless of what you feel like you would like to do, you can't do it right now. So either way, I don't know. So what are we looking at here? We'll read this ad verbatim. Coleco Gemini Atari 2600 and games, $106 plus a 2020 to get it to your door. The description reads as such. Coleco Gemini with games, plays Atari 2600 games, includes 2 non-OEM controllers, all the cords needed to hook up, including the connector for modern TVs, and 7 games. The titles include Airlock, Battlezone, Grand Prix Pac-Man, Star Invaders, Space Invaders, but okay, Video Pinball with Manual, Super D-Duper, and one of the greatest games of all time, Yaz Motherfucking Revenge. Games are tested, past the loading screen to a playable section of the game. Complete playthrough and disc cartridge stability is not tested. Okay, so this must be a cut and paste thing that this individual has, or guaranteed. So basically, he popped it on, played it for a few seconds, we're good, moving on. That's fine. That's more than fine. That's good. What a weirdo picture. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'll stop picking on the individual. I can bundle multiple items for reduced price. Contact me prior to purchase for a bundle price. So, I don't know if you know this, but there's an option that if you click on the individual, all their ads will pop up down here. But we're not worried about that. So what the fuck is a Coleco Gemini, and why should it play Atari 2600 games? This is for the uninformed. I'm sure most of you know this already. When Coleco came out with the ColecoVision in 83, was it 82 or 83? Let me know down below. They released at launch this thing called the expansion module numero uno, number 1. And essentially what that was it was a simplified Atari 2600 that you plugged into the face of a ColecoVision to give it power and run a video signal to your television to play 2600 games through your ColecoVision. It was as simple as that. It literally just needed the Coleco for power and for a video signal source. The games did not go through the system at all. The ColecoVision did not enhance the games in any way, shape, or form. Not that I think anyone would imagine that they could, but regardless. So they got sued by Atari, and Atari was like, no, you can't do that. And come to think of it, could you see that happening today? Could you see Xbox come out with a software update where you could play your PlayStation games? No, that would never happen in a million years. People would get crucified and skinned, okay? But that's why I absolutely love collecting for this time period of video game, because it was the Wild West and just the most bizarre shit. Okay, enough of that. So they got sued, but the court said, you know what, look, they just use off-the-shelf parts. We can't really do anything about this. If the average Joe can go to Radio Shack and build this machine, who says that they can't do it and sell it? So they were allowed to do it. So in a, and this is my adding for dramatic effect, I don't know if this was the actual thinking, but in a big fuck you to Atari, they said, you know what, we're just going to come out with a console that's just a standalone thing. Hence you have the Gemini. Now there was another version of this exact console rebranded. It literally was just a sticker swap for, was it BMH or whatever it was, or maybe it was Columbia House. You remember, put a penny here and you'll get so many record albums, and you have to buy so many at full price for a year or something like that. They did that with video games, and one of the things they had on offer was a console to play the video games, and they just repackaged the Gemini in their branding. Okay, so now that we got all of that out of the way, what would I do with this package? What am I going to do with this package? So let's break this down even further. What we're looking at is we have a console here that's in fairly nice condition. It even has the little sticker on the top left that says the things that do the stuffs. You have two controllers, which I'm going to call caca. I wouldn't, $5 tops for these controllers. They're rickety. The swing is way too wide for my liking. I don't like the button placement on either one. Well, I mean, I guess the one on the base is fine. But these feel cheap, and they don't last long. They have leaf springs inside instead of proper contacts. They get weak junk. Okay. Power supply looks to be fairly new. It's probably one of those ones that you can buy in any store. Like around here, we have something called the Newberry Comics. I forget what the Arizona equivalent of that was. There was a place down there that was the equivalent of like our Newberry Comics, but they had those too. It'll come to me. I believe it began with a Z. I think it was called like, I don't know. It begins with a Z. If you're from Arizona, you'll know what I'm talking about. Please let me know in the comments below. Now we're going to get to the game selection here. I'll say airlock. These D&H cartridges, they're not rare. They're not the most common things on the planet. They look great. They have awesome packaging. What's held within is objective. Is usually junk. More times than not, you see this cartridge, aside from a pretty thing to put on your shelf, run far away. So I would say out of all of this, that would be the highlight under those conditions. But everything else is pretty common crap. I could probably get this package for $20 all day long. Space Invaders, of course, is my favorite port of that game of all time for the Atari 2600, including over the original arcade cabinet. Yaz Revenge is one of the greatest motherfuckers on the planet. I would put Yaz Revenge against any game on this planet from any time period, and Yaz Revenge will always win. Pac-Man, decent game. People hate it, but it's still not expensive. Video Pinball, again, wicked common. Battlezone, they're not as common, but not rare by any stretch of the imagination. And Grand Prix looks to be a clean label for the most part. I mean, it's got some wear on the edges, and I'm not seeing too much Ectoplaque. So overall, you have a decent little package here that he's trying to get rid of for $106 plus $20 shipping. Without the $20 shipping, I would say that was pretty fair. But you would have to be an absolute Gemini fucking whore to really, in my opinion. So we're going to get to what I would do. What I would do with this. I'm going to offer the guy, if I could, X amount of dollars for just the console. So here's the thing. Without the controllers, this console here, the controllers are the star. The console is what it is. It's another way to play Atari 2600 games. Nothing remarkable. They don't come up too often, so it's a nice oddity to have for your shelf. But aside from that, the controllers are the star for this console alone. Without the controllers, I'm calling this system crap. The games are, this package crap. The games are wicked common. I can get them to you all day long for next to nothing. Again, the controllers are junk here. And with the console itself, I mean, sure, you could get this and just go, even if you had your own 2600 controllers or even use your Genesis controller. But the problem with these consoles are they're prone to a lot of problems. You're going to be dealing with a lot of loose solder joints, especially in the controller ports. They didn't really engineer it well. It works just fine, but these are very finicky. They're very finicky. So if you're just looking to have a Gemini to play a game, I would look elsewhere, Jack. If you absolutely just want a Gemini on your shelf, I would make an offer still, but I don't think the 106 is unfair. I hate to say that. This is my offer to the guy. $55 shipped for just the console and the power supply. He's going to counter back, and I'm going to hope to get pretty much the console for about $70 shipped total. I think that's more than fair. I think the $20 plus $50 for the console is more than fair, and then he could just bundle the rest of it for like, I don't know, $30, $40, and I bet you he'd get that. So that's what I would do, and if this guy comes back, I may actually ask him once he gets off a vacation or whatever. Hopefully all is well with him and his family, and there's nothing shitty going on. He's legit on vacation, like I am. In about 2 hours, I'll officially be on 1 week spring break, because I work for schools and I get those breaks. Yay! But I'm curious as to what you would do. Are you just going to jump right in balls deep and grab the whole package? Are you going to try to bundle it with anything else that he is trying to sell? I'm curious. Let me know down below. And this is kind of an odd video. I know. But I saw this and I was like, you know what? I wonder what others would do. And, you guys know what I would do now, and you guys have a gist of how I think. Seriously, you come across this, I want to know down in the comments what you are doing with this package. And if your answer is walking away, awesome. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, you can still donate to the Alzheimer's Association. That link is down below. And to anyone who hasn't sent me their logo yet for the t-shirt, I apologize, but that time is up now. I've given plenty of heads up on social media and in videos to get me your logo before the 15th. Everything I need for the t-shirt is already sent off to the designer as of this morning. So if you missed out, I apologize, but to be fair, I was all over this all week long, posting it everywhere I could. And if you missed out, I'll try to find another way to recognize your brand or what have you in a meaningful way. But unfortunately, I can't sit here and wait forever on logos and emails and people not paying attention, or just they're busy or whatever. What life happens, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I do apologize, and we'll work things out one way or the other. I will always try to do right by you regardless, because you guys helped me out a great deal with this Alzheimer's Association stuff. And I can't thank each and every one of you enough. Guys, go ahead and leave your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Thank you always so much for watching. Until next time, I hope you're doing well. Have a great weekend. Take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye.